Hi, this is Mark from ITCU Solutions, and today I just want to go over how to set up a Fortianalyzer virtual machine in our virtual environment. Our virtual environment today will be using standard VMware hypervisor. We won't be using vSphere. You can do this on any virtual environment you like, whether it's VMware, Hyper-V, or any other cloud platforms you have out there. Um, the other option to this is I believe you can Fortinet itself will let you set up Fortianalyzer on their managed services, but I don't think you can do that with multi-tenant. So the big reason we do this is we have multiple clients using Fortianalyzer. So we have to set up a multi-tenant environment using the ADOMs or administrative domains. So I'm going to go through how to do that today. And I'm just going to log into the FortiCloud because this is where I'm going to retrieve my license file and also the VM, the Fortianalyzer VM itself. And while I do that, I'm going to pause the video. Hi, I've logged into my account now really quickly. And if you don't come up right away into your asset management, that's where your license key is going to be available if you've already bought a license. And I'll show you how to grab that real quick. If you go to services and you go to your asset management page, you just need to go to your products. Click on products here and then go to your product list. And you can see I have Fortianalyzer VM series here and click on that. Yep, you click on your Fortianalyzer and you'll see after you do that, you'll have you'll have your license file download up higher, or you can go down to where it says license and key and just click download, which is what I'm going to do. And then I'll start downloading that. So we don't have to worry about that while that downloads. So then what we need to do is download the virtual machine itself. So we're going to go to support and we're going to go to VM images. Okay. And then we're going to go select which product we want and we're going to go to Fortianalyzer. And then we're going to select the platform. And you can see you can do all kinds of platforms like AWS, Azure, all these cloud environments. But we're just going to use a typical VMware ESXi host. And so once we select that, you might want to select Hyper-V or whatever you're going to use. It's all basically the same process. So then we're just going to pick the latest version. And we don't want to use the upgrade, the very first one. We want a brand new deployment. So we're going to click New Deployment. And so that's all we basically need to do from the FortiCloud website. And this is going to take a little while to download. So again, I'm just going to pause the video till I get all this on onto my machine, and then we'll show you how to get it into VMware. Okay, so what I've done after we downloaded the virtual machine and the license file is I've just logged into my ESXi, one of my ESXi hosts in the lab. And you can see I have some virtual machines already up there. So what we're going to do in this case is we need to create a new virtual machine. So I'm just going to go up to create register VM. And then I'm going to select deploy a virtual machine from an OVF or OVA file and click next. Now, the nice thing about what VMware has done on this thing, I'm just going to call it Fortianalyzer, is that in the zip file, you can just drag and drop the whole folder. So I already moved my stuff from my downloads into a file folder called VM, and I unzipped it. As you can see, the top one is the unzipped. The one below is a compression file, and then I have my license key. So all I have to do is grab the whole folder and pull this across and copy the whole thing. And you can see it takes my OVF and there's two VMDK files in there. And then click next. And I just need to pick, this is something you'd have to do in your own environment. I created a storage location for this so I'm just going to select Fortianalyzer, click next, and then I'm going to agree to the license agreement, click next, and I'm going to put this on my 10.2 network. So I'm just going to change the first one to 10.220. Click next. Okay, now I'm going to expand these additional settings. So I'm going to create my host name already. I'm just going to call it Fortianalyzer or something. You can call it whatever you want. And I'm going to add my primary DNS as 10.2.2.10, whatever it is. This is just a lab DNS. And you can add your second one. I'm not going to add a second one. Then I'm just going to go to interfaces. And I'm just going to give this an IP of something in my lab. So it's going to be 10.2.2.70. And then I'm just going to add a /24 mask. So it's going to be a 255 255 255.255.0. And then the gateway is just going to be 10.2.2.1. So it's going to be 10.2.2.1. I'm going to hit next here. And we're just going to hit finish and create it. And so one other thing I'm going to do while this is it's being built right now, it's uploading it, as you can see down on the screen. This is going to take a while. So again, I'm going to pause the video for a while and we'll be back to finish this up. Okay, it looks like the Fortianalyzer has been completely uploaded and is ready to go. As you can see down in the log below under our recent tasks, it's been completed. So we're just going to click on the Fortianalyzer right now and click on it to boot it up. Now we got kind of a slow environment here, so it'll take it just a little bit to boot up. And just so you know, after this boots up, because we're going to be in a multi-tenant environment with this, or at least you may be, what we're going to do is we're also going to enable ADOMs. By default, Fortinet is assuming that this is just for your company and that it's not going to be a multi-tenant system. So they just have the root ADOM enabled, and you can't create another administrative domain or ADOM for your clients. But since generally what we do is we set these up and we'll have multiple clients on it. So as soon as this boots up and we log in, we'll check the IP, make sure everything that the virtual machine did and the wizard there it created is correct. If the IP is correct, then we will enable the ability to create administrative domains, and we'll reboot it and we'll be basically ready to go. If you have a license file, then we can upload the license file. If you don't, you can just select the trial. But you'll see all that happening here in a second. Hopefully this thing will be done in just a second. If not, I'll pause the video again. Yeah, I'll go ahead and pause the video. This is taking a little longer than I thought. Okay, so now you can see that it's finished booting up and we got the Fortianalyzer login. By default, you're just going to type admin for the username. And then it's going to be nothing, so we're just going to hit enter. And it will force us to add a new password. I'm just going to make something up simple here. And you got to enter it twice. Okay, so you get your new super admin in there. And he should be created with his new password. I'm just waiting for that to set. Like I said, I'm in a real slow environment here because it's a lab environment. And I have ancient machines running this thing. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to verify that you should be fine at this point, but we're just going to verify that the wizard correctly put the IP address in there. So I'm just going to go do a show system space interface. And when I'm done with the interface, I'm just going to put a question mark at the end. Because when you do that, before you hit it, it will give you a summary. And you can see that it added the 10.2.2.70 for us. And now if I hit enter, it will do the go all through the actual configuration of the ports, but you can see that it was successful in adding the IP, so I think I can safely assume that it added the gateway correctly as well. So the last thing we're going to do is we're going to set this up, enable it so we can create different administrative domains. So you do that by doing, I believe it's set system global. Wait, oh, I'm sorry, it's config system global. And then it's going to be set ADOM for administrative domain. I'm sorry, I'm spelling that wrong. So, yep, space, and then it should, I'm sorry, it's going to be dash. It's been a while since I've done this. And then that's going to be status, I believe, if I remember right. Space, and then we're just going to do enable and hit enter. Okay, and so and then we got to type end just so it saves it. Okay, so now what we've done is we've enabled the ability to add ADOMs or administrative domains to this, but it actually hasn't been enabled yet. We actually have to reboot it, so we're going to execute a reboot. So okay, and I'm going to hit enter here, and yes. So when this comes up, when the system comes up, it's going to take it a while to reboot. It should be enabled to add domains and everything, but we still haven't uploaded our license file or set it up as a trial. So what I'm going to do is just pause the video for a second and wait for it to come back up, and we'll go over that real quickly. Okay, as you can see, the Fortianalyzer has rebooted, and it should be basically ready to go. So the only thing you have to do is log in. So I'm going to click on my other tab here. And I already typed in the address of the new Fortianalyzer up there, 10.2.270. So I'm going to click on advanced because there's no certificate yet. Click proceed. And as you can see, your Fortianalyzer VM 64 is up and running. I do have a license file. So if you do have a license file, all I have to do is click upload license and drop it in there. Or if you can activate license it another way, or you can just click on a free trial. The third thing you can do is you could do it from the command, the CLI, and you can do that by going into your license file and just selecting the inside of the file, the entire key that's in your file, and you can run a command and just cut and paste that into your CLI. Obviously, I think that's the most difficult way to do this, so I would stick with just uploading the file on this page or running your free trial or whatever you're going to do from here. But this is all I wanted to go over in this first video because it gets you to the point of getting the virtual machine up in your environment, whatever it is, whether it's Amazon Web Services, your own Hyper-V environment or VMware environment. And I will go over in the next video how you set up the administrative domains, the ADOMs, and also how to send the logs over to your Fortianalyzer and just basically get going. And I should have that video out soon after this one. I hope this was useful to some of you out there, and have a great day. Thank you.